Okay, I would like you to go back to the back side of lesson 8. And I wanted to talk about this story problem here on January. The low temp in Fargo was -8 degrees. So that's an important factor. Over a period of 6 hours, the temp rose 4 degrees per hour. And then they want to know after 6 hours, what was the temp? So 6 hours, what was the temp? So the first thing that I need to do is in 6 hours, if it rose 4 degrees per hour, I need to find out, and rose means positive, and so it went up 24 degrees. So then I'm going to say that was -8 in the beginning plus 24. So now I'm at a positive 16 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, if it dropped, then it would have been a -4. So you got to really watch those words. Okay, and now we're going to go to handout 8. I mean 9. Okay, we are going to multiply and divide rational numbers in real life. So basically story problems. So we'll do a few together. So Mrs. Neville is baking 5 batches of cookies. She will need 2.5 cups of flour for each batch of cookies. If she begins with a 20-cup bag of flour, what is the resulting change in the amount of flour? So basically, it's asking how much did she use? So the plan I'm going to do is, I know that she's using 2.5 cups of flour for each batch. So I'm going to do 2.5 times 5. Now you could either turn that into 5/2 times 5, or I probably would do 2.5 times 5. And that answer is 12.5. So that's how much cups of flour she used. And it really probably should be negative because it's showing that she used it, so it would be a change. So it's subtracting out of the bag. So they don't want to know how much is left in the bag. They want to know how much she used. It's kind of a tricky one. So you need to think through the situation and follow the rules. You can draw a number line or model it to help. So Jody has 6 1/4 pounds of candy to use. So remember, if you don't know what the decimal is of that, then you can do 1 divided by 4. If she puts 3/8 of a pound of candy in each goodie bag, how many Valentine bags can she make? So we want to know how many bags. That's supposed to say bags, number of bags. So we have 6 1/4 pounds of candy, and we're going to divide that by 3/8 because she's putting 3/8 of a pound in each goodie bag. So then you do 24 over and then 25 over 4. And then we're going to times, and we're going to do the reciprocal. And 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. And so now we have 50 over 3, which is 16 2/3. And then let's make sure it makes sense. So if she has about 6 pounds of candy, and if she's using less than half of a pound for each goodie bag, how many Valentine bags can she make? So that would make sense because it should be more than double of the pounds of candy. Okay, we're going to go on to the back. I will read these, and then I'm going to have you pause and figure them out. So Avery bought 6.5 pounds of produce. If the produce was priced at $1.88 per pound, how much change did Avery receive if she paid for her purchase with a $20 bill? So go ahead and pause it and then see if you get what I get. So we took $1.88 per pound, times it by the number of pounds, and then subtracted that amount from the $20 that they gave us and got $7.78. Okay, number 2, a container of rainwater is evaporating. That's kind of a key word there. At 1.2 centimeters a week. After 8 weeks, what will be the change? So pause it and see what you get. Okay, you should have gotten negative 9.6 centimeters because evaporating means it's taking away. So you would multiply by a negative 1.2. Okay, next. Deidre is making headbands to sell to her friends. Each headband requires 1 7/8 feet of fabric. So almost 2 feet. If Deidre plans to make 14 headbands, then how much fabric will she need? So I always get rid of the fractions and think like if she was going to make 14 headbands and it required 2 feet per fabric, I know I would divide to find out that I need 7 feet of fabric. Wait, did I do that right? No, I'm sorry, not divide. I know I would multiply. So we do 14 times, and I'm going to go ahead and change that to 8 plus 7 is 15 over 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 14 divided by 2 is 7. So we have 7 times 15 is 105 over 4. And then we need to do 105 divided by 4. And that would be 26 and 1/4 feet. Okay, next one. A homeowners association charges a $3.85 fee for each day your payment is late. If a bill is paid 13 days late, then how much will the homeowners association fee be charged in late fees? So pause it and do it. So you should have multiplied the two together, 50.05, and that makes sense. If it's almost $4 a day and it's 13 days. For the summer camp, Josie orders 45 sets of markers. 1/5 of the sets of markers need to go to the office. 2/3 of the sets go to the art classroom. And the remainder will go to the storage closet. How many sets of markers will be placed in the storage closet? So go ahead and think about it and pause it. Okay, so I did 1/5 of 45, so dividing and get a 9. 2/3 of 45, so you basically just multiply. And I reduced the 3, turned into a 1, divide this by 3, get 15. So I get 30. So 30 plus 39 is 45. And we had 45 sets of markers. So you subtract and you get 6 sets that will be placed in the storage closet. A class is organizing a going away party for one of their students. They spend that much money on decorations, that on food, and that on a gift. If there are 15 students in the class who agreed to split the cost evenly, how much does each person owe? So pause it and do it. Okay, you should be adding those and then dividing that total by 15, and they each owe $9.32. Rework it if you're getting any of these wrong. Last one, the table below shows the change in a stock price over a period of the week. If 12 shares of stock were purchased on Monday and sold on Tuesday, then what was the loss in earnings? So go ahead and think about it and then write in your answers. Okay, so as you can see, we subtracted the price on, because Monday, this is what they would have paid for it. Then they sold it on Tuesday, so they took a loss of 52 cents, and it was 12 shares, so you have to multiply it. So really, you could probably have this as a negative answer, unless you just said a 624 loss. Okay, make sure you're doing the homework to practice all of this.